Hey everybody, we're going to do one more example on overlapping similar right triangles. This question is a bit more challenging. However, this is nothing you can't handle. So we're going to jump right into it. We're going to read the question, right? In the diagram below of right triangle KMI, altitude, remember altitude? It creates a 90-degree angle. This is one 90-degree angle. So it also creates another 90-degree angle because these are linear pairs. And then we also have another 90-degree angle right here. So we have three right triangles. Right? So altitude IG is drawn to hypotenuse KM. If KG is 9, so I'm going to put 9 right here for KG. And if IG is 12, so I'm going to put 12 right here for IG. Find the length of IM. So we could call that whatever variable we want. For now, we'll just call it X. That's what we're looking for, IM. Let's go ahead and draw the triangles separately. But again, make sure they're all facing or in the same position. So we got triangle IGK, right? The right angle is at G. And we have IG, and then we have K. All right. Now let's do the other triangle. I'll draw it in a different color. MGI, so MGI, and again the right angle is at G, so we're going to keep it at right there, and we're going to write G. Keep in mind the hypotenuse is IM, so we're going to do that. So we're going to write M right here and I right here. And last but not least, the third triangle is MIK. So, and the right angle is at I. So we're going to draw a right triangle with a 90-degree angle at I. And this right here would be M and then K. And keep in mind the hypotenuse for this triangle is MK, right? So just keep that in mind. Now, we know that KG is 9 and IG is 12. So if you think about it, right, this is a right triangle. How do we find the third side of a right triangle? Right? You should know that we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared. You should always try to find missing information if you can, right? Immediately, especially if it's something quicker. So we're going to have 9 squared plus 12 squared equals c squared. And keep in mind, we're going to do what we did. We're going to do what we did in the previous videos, but this is an extra step, right? And there's different ways to solve the question. However, you may have to use the Pythagorean theorem in the future. So I want to basically go over this concept using this example. So if you do it without using the Pythagorean theorem, it's perfectly possible. But in the future, using the Pythagorean theorem might come up where you'll have to use it. So I want to make sure to go over that. So when we do a squared plus b squared equals c squared, we're going to get 81. 9 squared is 81, right? 12 squared is 144. And then we're going to get 255 equal to c squared. But remember, we want c and not c squared. So at this point, we have to do the square root of c squared. And we have to do the square root of 225. And when we do that, we're going to get c is equal to 15. All right. So with that said, this is going to be 15, IK. We could fill that into our other situations if we need to, but it may not be necessary. We have IK right here, right? Remember, the goal is to find IM. IM is right here. IM is also right here. And we know IG is 12 here. So at this point, we want to ask ourselves, which two triangles does it make sense to use, right? Now, let's go ahead and label them like we did in the previous question. I'm going to label this, once again, this is hypotenuse, MK. This is the short leg. This is the long leg. Hypotenuse for this one. Short leg. Long leg. And last but not least, this is once again the short leg. The hypotenuse is where the 15 is. And we have long leg. So you always want to pick the triangles that have similar things in them, right? For instance, you're not going to choose, well, let's just think through this, right? Like, so in IGK, we have all the sides. So that's to our benefit. We could definitely use that and pair that with any of the other triangles, right? So we're looking for IM. IM is not necessarily in IGK, right? So you want to keep that in mind. But we do have hypotenuse here. So hypotenuse corresponds to hypotenuse, right? So we can definitely use that kind of relationship. So we could do H over H equals to either, it depends on what we have, right? So if we choose the first two triangles, we don't know the long leg in this triangle, so we're not going to use it. So we might want to use the short leg. So short over short. All right, that's a S for both the top and the bottom. So, and let me actually write L because you guys might get confused. Short leg, right? And then hypotenuse, hypotenuse. So let's go ahead and try to see where this takes us. So we have 15 over X and we have 9 over 12. So now at this point, you want to solve it and then enter your answer in Delta Math. I hope this was helpful. This was definitely one of those questions that require more attention to detail and it required an extra step. So I hope this helped. Please enter your answer in Delta Math to see if you're right, and we'll go from there. Take care.